right. Well, as you read, there have been kind of a lot of people being fired recently, which is what layoffs means. Layoffs is kind of a kind word for being fired. I think legally layoffs means you could be rehired easily as long as you don't get another job in the meantime in America. However, obviously you need a job, so that's basically being fired. What happened was during the coronavirus, as we've all remembered and we've done many articles on, companies that were based on in entertainment, such as like Netflix or gaming companies, streaming services or gaming companies, were raking in the dough. It was like the heyday, the salad days of each of these companies, and they hired a lot of people because they thought a lot of this momentum would be kept after the coronavirus was put under control. However, it wasn't. The whole momentum didn't abruptly stop, but it did cut off quite quickly, leaving companies kind of bleeding money, just hemorrhaging everywhere. And so they decided to stop that hemorrhaging by making other people lose their job forcibly, otherwise known as firing them. This happened with the gaming industry too. A lot of people were loving games and everything, and now they're gone. And basically that leaves us with a lot of big companies who have a questionable future. Will they be able to survive into the future or not? Are there policies like Netflix's little not sharing policy they recently did going to hurt them even more? Or will it actually help them be more stable? What type of measures do you think Disney, Netflix, these gaming companies, what can they use to get more subscribers back?
I think they need to focus back on quality again. I think, in that rush to expand the services, because they thought, everyone's buying subscription services these days, and they just sort of flooded content, but you could tell it was sort of starting to get more and more cheaply made. It wasn't the huge, attractive movie quality that it used to be. And I think that kind of disappointed a lot of people. I think if they focus back on less content, but higher quality, I think I would be much more attracted to that.
Correct. I mean, the reason to get Netflix is for something that only Netflix has that everybody wants to see. People got HBO for Game of Thrones. Netflix was gotten for many different reasons, but Stranger Things more recently, right? Disney is for, of course, all the shows that Netflix lost, like Marvel. And so it's these things, and the quality has to come back.
Yeah.
I think most companies fell into that common trap of businesses. When business is booming, they tend to lose quality because they don't need to have quality to get money. Whether that's intentional or unintentional, I'm not sure, but yeah, the quality needs to come back.
Yeah, the competition is just getting stiffer and stiffer as more platforms were launched over the last few years. So again, if you don't focus on quality, you're more liable for people to leave in favor of other services, even if they have got the money to spend.
Correct, yeah. Because what's the point in wasting money if they don't really like it? And I don't want to bag on Netflix too much, but they have spent a lot of money on developing new content, and that content, most of it went under the radar for almost everybody because it was bad. They just didn't focus on the quality. They're focusing on just getting big names or getting a lot of stuff happening, I guess.
They spread themselves too thin.
Yeah, too quickly, too thin.
Well, what do you think are the significant factors in the declining sales of these streaming platforms and video game platforms?
Well, I mean, quality is one of them, but I think it's just a reset. What happened was you had a very weird time with coronavirus where everybody was spending a lot more time inside, and that's not normal. That's not normal before, and it's not going to be normal after, especially right after. And so this is more like a market correction. I see it more as a market correction than I do as a decline. I think they're just going to go back to zero rather than being plus or minus. But through that time, there might have been some factors which hurt them. One of them is they also, besides quality, they need to come back to focusing on the customer. A lot of places are not really caring about what the customers think. They just care about the bottom line, and that needs to change as well.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe this won't be the end of the road. It's just a turn in the road.
Yeah, just a little bit of a turn.
Maybe
Yeah.
sharp turn.
Don't pull the plug yet on these entertainment industries. They are going to come back. Some of them might come back stronger, some of them might fail, but in the end, we all need entertainment. Make sure to check out the vocabulary below and kind of implement it, a bit of implementation of them in your everyday life. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Chagrin.
Chagrin.
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage.
Uninspired.
Uninspired.
Bipedal.
Bipedal.
Frolic.
Frolic.